Welcome back to episode number 10 of Chainsaw Man. This is one that I am finding hard to recap just because there were no minutes that I thought were actually wasted. We have Aki being visited in the hospital by Denji and Power, and there were some apples there that they are definitely partaking in. They are nice, red, juicy. Apparently everybody in the show likes apples. You can see right there that Power definitely wanted to have some apples, but Denji wasn't going to hand it over to somebody that would run away from battle. Aki asked an important question. Did anyone from Division 4 survive? Denji and Power both have to leave to go visit Makima, but before they left, they took a parting gift with them. Power took an apple. After they left, Aki had a bunch of things to think about. First up is, how much time does he have left on his life after using the cursed sword? Aki had a choice whether to eat that apple or smoke a cigarette, and he chose to smoke the cigarette. Denji was about to come back into the room because he forgot his manga, but he did hear Aki crying. Started to think about why he wasn't crying. He started going through the list of people that could possibly die and wondered if he would cry for them. Would he cry if Power died? What if Aki died? And finally, what about Makima? He started wondering if the physical loss of his heart caused him to lose his emotions. I think it probably has something to do with all those years he was by himself with Pochita. And then he finally just gave up on that line of thinking because it was kind of depressing. Our next visitors will be Tendo and Kurose. Really, they were checking in on Aki just to make sure if he really wants to stay in the special division or he wants to leave. They let him know that if you're going to stick around, you're going to need to contribute. And if you're going to contribute to help out against the gun devil, then you're going to need stronger contracts, which means you're going to have to sacrifice more of your body, or what's left of it. As Tendo and Kurose were leaving, they were saying there was a lady that was here to visit Aki. We find out this is Himeno's sister who came to drop off some letters that Himeno has written to her. Himeno wrote to her sister to ask about her dad's well-being, but she also did write to her sister to ask about how she could get Aki to quit the public safety. She wanted to join the private sector just because she knew it would be safer and didn't want either of them to be killed. He ends up at jail cell 108, which would be the Future Devil. The Future Devil has two contracts right now with people in public safety, and one of them has given up half their lifespan. The other one gave up their eyes and their sense of taste and smell. Aki only has 2 years left, so I don't think he wants to give up half his lifespan. Hopefully he could just give up one eye, maybe as a callback to Himeno, but since that other person lost their eyes, taste, and smell, he probably has to give up a little bit more than that. And this is the end of Aki's storyline in episode 10. He is having a literal stare-off competition with the Future Devil. If you remember correctly, Homeni was standing here in this graveyard with this gentleman. He has 3 questions for them. How do you feel about your comrades dying? Question number 2. Do you want revenge? Question 3. Humans or devils? Which side are you on? Apparently he really likes their answers. He says they get full points and pulls out a flask. I don't know about you, but I was just as frightened as Power was too. I didn't realize when this episode was going on that the training was going to happen in a graveyard. He tells Makima to go back. We don't know his name at this point, and she complies. I thought this was getting a little bit weird too because he said, I love it when people call me teacher, so that's what you're gonna call me. Everybody has to love something, so he says he loves booze, women, and killing devils. And when he said that, I'm like, these two are technically both devils, right? Our devil hunter teacher here broke their necks, but he also knows that he can bring them back just with a little bit of blood. So he starts telling Denji and Power what he's going to be doing. He's going to be training those two up because Denji is being hunted by the gun devil and he gets beat up a lot, so we need to make sure that you're ready for the fight. I love his boozy brain coming up with a flash of insight, which meant any devil that can beat him would be the strongest devil since he is really strong. And with that, now we end up going into a battle. Again, I didn't expect the training to happen here in this graveyard, but in the end it is. So Power hands him a blood hammer, and Denji looks ready to smash his head in. Unfortunately for Denji, he did not realize how strong, fast, and sharp that blade is that he is holding in his hand. I can't believe it went through his head like that. And we find our little devil heroes on the ground in a pool of blood. And that concluded day 1 of training for Power and Denji. They both look tired and traumatized. They don't want to be doing this anymore. How many times did Denji die? Power got counts of at least 20 times. Power was thinking about running away, but Denji reminded her if they do that, public safety will hunt them down. So what are we going to do? He might be beating them right now at, let's say, 80% mental usage, but that 20%, that's where they're lacking. So that's where Power and Denji are gonna use their minds to outwit this guy. I don't know about you, but it doesn't seem like all this time that Power or Denji were known for their mental abilities. The next morning, Power and Denji are waiting for an unsuspecting teacher. Denji's rocking the glasses because this is a war of wits, and then we also have Power as well. She does look really cute in the glasses and her hair tie matching. You could say the teacher is either really lucky or he just has awesome reflexes. No matter the case, he dodged that spear from hitting him in the face. He realizes right away that this is a blood weapon that came from Power. He also realized this is an ambush and is going to be attacked from multiple directions. I love this one with the bottles of blood right above his head. I didn't know where it was going from. I thought this was going to be like backup blood in case they take damage. But no, there was actually a strategy with this. Denji comes down from an upper level and is trying to ambush our teacher with the axe. Unfortunately for Denji, he saw that coming. Probably the shadow didn't help at all. For their efforts, the teacher decided to tell them why they lost. Power used too much blood and became anemic, that's why she's laying there on the ground. Denji didn't realize that that kick was coming to his face. He probably didn't realize his shadow was shown on the door. And then we have our teacher walking away. He said, you know what? You worked real hard today. You could just take the rest of the day off. Unfortunately for Denji, that's not where this actually ended. He looked up and the teacher said, "B shouldn't trust anything a hunter says." That was the end of episode 10 for Denji, Power, and our teacher. What a way to go. A knife in the head and the guy just walks away. We know that Denji and Power are both really strong. They're not sitting here lifting weights or anything like that. This is not what this training is for. It is to become more competent when they're actually fighting instead of just recklessly attacking. That is what they are missing, and this is what our teacher friend is going to more than likely teach them. That is what I expect to see in episode 11. Hopefully, in episode 11, we get to see a little bit more about the future devil and what happens with Aki. Another fun one here. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, please do watch this show. It is really amazing. As always, I will see you on the next episode.